BCS 979. I got a special guest. It's another episode of Talk Your Ish. And I got Miss Kashena, the most beautiful BC lady of BCS. Now,
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Yeah, I got Miss Kashena Washington. She's the CEO.
Yes.
Of Begin Her. I'll let her give you guys everything about Begin Her. But this is a special episode, and this is a treat to the BCS 979. It's a blessing for me. It's a blessing to my audience. Talk Your Ish for her to be on the show.
Thank you.
So we're gonna get right into it. Talk Your Ish family. So Miss Kashena,
yes.
I mean, you don't really need an introduction, but let the people know. Let my people know who you are.
Absolutely. Thank you for
and
having
what you do.
me. Absolutely. So my name, of course, Kashena, and I am the CEO and founder of Begin Her. It's a mentorship program for young ladies. We're partnered with Bryan ISD, Calvert ISD, Juvenile Detention Center, and just a few various other organizations here in Bryan College Station. And we just show love and support to our young ladies. And so that's basically what we do. We get to meet with them on a weekly basis and just provide them with that support and guidance that we didn't have when we were growing up, to make sure that, you know, they can have a brighter future than what we did.
That's a beautiful thing, because I work with the youth, the young boys.
Yes.
And I always wanted something for the young ladies.
Mm-hmm.
And what you're doing in our community. Have you tapped in with College Station ISD?
I have not. They're on our list of expanding, but I am a busy lady. I've picked up so many tasks, so I haven't had a chance to go to College Station yet, but I met some of their central office. We just haven't had a time to, you know, sit down and meet and get scheduling together.
I'm your plug right there, man. They're my people right there. College
Yes.
Station ISD. Hey, let my girl in the door. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, let us.
So, but what you're doing in the community is beautiful, because
Thank you.
our young ladies in the community need some kind of example like
Mm-hmm.
yourself. So today's topic, I want to discuss how do you feel about black men and how black men are treated in America,
Okay.
how black men are treated in our community,
Right.
how black men are viewed, and the struggles of black men in our community. That's a sensitive topic for me. I know it is for you. So my first question, can you share your thoughts on the importance of black men being able to express their true selves without fear of judgment or rejection?
Yes. So I feel like we don't have enough of that. I feel like our black men in our community, they don't ever get to take their cape off, so they're just supposed to be Superman all the time. But that normally leads to them pouring from an empty cup, because of course no one is that strong. And I feel like we as women, we kind of make that, we sometimes don't provide a safe place, because the minute that they do say something, that shows that they're vulnerable, we throw it back at them. So it's like, every time he gets up, he has to go to work, he got to fight the outsiders,
Right.
He got to worry about the police, he has to worry about his job, and then he has to come home and fight with you too. So, he's exhausted
But why do
majority
you
of the
think
time.
that is, though? Like I do, and I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you 95%.
Okay.
Because we do the other 5%, and I'm talking to the ones that's
right.
like doing nothing. Just like don't take care of your kids.
Oh, okay,
hang out on the block all day.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? And my heart go out to you brothers too. But like
Right.
the example,
The good ones.
the good,
Few
the
good ones that we got.
Yeah, I think we got a lot.
You think you got a lot?
I think we got a lot of good men. I think what you explained is really like, it's really the basis of who we are.
Right.
We gotta fight every aspect of life.
Right.
And then when we do want to settle down and do want to have some peace at home,
Right.
if we do want to open up to our lives, if we do want to have truth in our home, it's just like a struggle.
Chaos.
Right? Because of sometimes the woman brings the baggage,
Right.
and she can't trust that this man coming in saying it's real.
Right.
Right? Because she been fed fake so long
Right.
that she think that's real.
I think that's hard. I think it's always going to be hard when you have been damaged in a situation to where you've already given someone your all, and so then to get someone else, and you have to trust that they say they're going to do what they say they're going to do, and it's always hard opening up. And I actually find that on both parts. That can be on male or female, where it's hard to trust somebody, you know, and express yourself after you've been in a rough situation.
So what about black? So I've never dated outside my race.
Oh, no, me
right?
neither.
So
I'm sorry, but no,
it's just,
me neither.
it's no bias.
It's a personal preference.
Yeah. I just think that I see a lot of our male athletes.
Let's talk about
We
it.
see a lot of our black rappers, entertainers,
Yes.
and they go to these white women, and for me, I look at it and I say, man, how do we do that? I live here in College Station,
Right.
and I see a lot of Texas A&M football players. They come here. They come from black women. Most of them single moms. So I mean, the first thing I fell in love with was my mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The most beautiful black woman I know.
Right.
So it's like, how do you look at another black woman and say, I want this?
You know what I think it is, and y'all are not gonna like me for this. I think it's the aggression. Like most men that are manly, they don't want another man. They don't want to date. You know, they don't want to date another man. Like they don't want
another Afro.
They don't want.
Right.
Yes, they don't want another Afro male. Like, and we are so dominant that we always fight. Like you know, may still struggle with this as well. And it's like, you want somebody that is not going to be as dominant. And I love my ladies. I am so pro, you know, African-American sisters. But I do feel like we still got some stuff that we need to work on. And control is a huge thing. I don't think any male wants to come home and fight for control.
Yeah, the alpha. But you know what? Here's my history subject for today. I read a book by Naeem Akbar. It's called "Breaking the Psychological Chains of Slavery."
Okay.
Right, and in this book, it kind of touches on the Willie Lynch letter and how he broke down the alpha male, the black African man. He took the strongest one, broke him down in front of the women.
Right.
Right. And so, and then they went and raped the women and did it in front of the man, and the black woman, she's crying out, right? And he can't help her. So it's psychologically passed down through the ages and generations. It's like, black man, I want you. But then if you're not here, I'm doing it myself.
Yes.
Right? And so now we got all these super independent women like my mama.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't need you. I'm the alpha male now.
Right.
And so when a man actually do come in with the blessings of God and his nature to lead, you fight against that.
Yeah,
and that's so frustrating. As a black man, that's frustrating. I've never been pushed to another race. You know what I'm saying? I like that melanin. I'm sorry. I like smelling cocoa butter. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just think it's a psychological pass down through the generations. And it's a number of factors. The 80s.
Right.
I was born in the 80s and the 90s. The crack epidemic, man, it broke up homes.
Right.
My grandfather and he was a man's man, right? And he took care of his family, and he stayed married to my great grandmother forever, right? And that was what I saw as a man. I can't match nobody. I've never seen anything to match that, right? So the image of the black man, I feel like it's assassinated. That's another book I read.
Yeah.
That's another story. Our next episode, right?
No, yes.
So the image of the black man just got assassinated, and it took the strength away from the black community. And now the woman became the strength of the community. You go any community in America, in a black community in America, it's a black woman. It's black women in the homes. Black women's getting up every day, taking care of their kids, single moms, doing what they got to do to take care of these babies. Well, while that 5%, to me, that's my opinion.
So you think it's 5%? Like, you think it's 95% that handles their business and 5% that doesn't?
I do. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna say why. Because
all my sisters that watch this gonna be like, it's more like.
Okay, so they gonna understand this.
Like,
They gonna understand this part right here. Look.
Okay.
50% of us locked up.
Okay.
Right. In America.
Okay.
So we're gonna that eliminate. That's another topic.
Right.
That eliminates a whole pool
right.
of men who made bad decisions and they're here in the modern day slavery. Then these other 50%, All right, now let's look at this 50% as a whole in America at home. 95% of these men are actually trying, right? Well, I might be gassing at 95%.
Yeah, I mean, just take a little bit off. But other than that, I really do think it is a lot of great men in here. I think it's a lot of phenomenal black men. And I just think that it's unfortunate that, the good apples do get overshadowed by the bad apples. But that's just how it is, because when you go to a restaurant, which review is always going to stick out to you more, the good one or the bad one?
The bad one.
So, that's just how it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, they can have like 1,000 good reviews, but when you see that bad one, you're like, nah, I'm not going to eat here. So, Same thing.
But it goes back to what I'm saying as far as like you can meet 10 bad guys,
right?
And I understand that that's gonna mentally break you down to like,
Absolutely.
man, I don't even want to try no more, bro. Like I already seen that. When you start seeing them move crazy, like I already seen that shit. Like I know about your business, but it could be actually a man that come along that's actually genuine. But when you've been broken down so much, you just don't want to try no more.
Right. I think that's where I'm at.
That's where you get.
It's a no for me. I'm sorry.
But you know what though? So I think the earth is spacious, and I think when I start traveling and start seeing different things and meet different people, man, I love the beauty of black people, like the different colors, different shades, and I'm not talking about the skin.
Right.
I'm talking about the mindset. I've seen so many. It's a bunch of beautiful black women in America. Being on college campuses, as I travel to LA, it's a different vibe. Like I didn't really like the black women in LA. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm from the South.
I agree with you because I'm a black woman.
No, what I'm saying,
y'all
preference.
are beautiful.
Preference.
This is him talking. I have no parts in this.
No, and I mean preference. And I mean like I love Southern. I love just the South. I love women from the South. You know what I mean? I can't drink Starbucks and eat
I love Starbucks.
You know, I'm talking about on a daily basis.
Okay.
Like out that way, like that's they go-to
That's
sandwiches, delis, salads. You know what I mean? Like I need some cornbread.
Okay, so you like the soul food.
I like a Southern soul woman, black woman, melanated, extra black. If you know what I'm saying? Now I'm married.
Crispy. I was just gonna say.
So let me ask you this though: are there specific barriers that prevent black men from seeking relationship or emotional support? Like, is there barriers that you think?
Of course.
What do you think is a barrier?
Communication. That's the main one. I feel like the communication barrier between male and female is just crazy. But I just had a brain fart there because have you read a book called Women Are From Mars?
Men are from Venus.
Come on!
man.
So you understand.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Men are from Mars, yes. Women are from Venus. Yes. So you understand, like, when I read that book, I think I was, oh my God, it got too much for me at times and I had to put it down because it's like the way that we want to be loved and the way that men want to be loved are totally polar opposites. And until you actually understand that and just be like, hey, just because you like this don't mean that he like this, there's always going to be a barrier there.
It's crazy. Like, you read this book, I've read, so many people know I've done time, right? But I read so many books.
Yeah.
But I read to learn and to understand what God already got in me. You know what I'm saying? To clarify and to confirm what He put in me and to understand it, right? So a flip side of that book, by the same author, it's the 5 love languages, right? And so that with that 5 love languages stemming from that, men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Yes.
You get a clear understanding that, hey man, you know, she's not gonna understand the way I understand.
Right.
So that's a beautiful book. Shout out, men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Good book. Yes. It's like when I read that, it instantly opened my eyes to what I was doing wrong. Like, you know, because women, we're cuddlers. We want that emotional, physical touch.
We do too.
But when you guys are having an issue, that was the main thing that I learned. When you're having an issue, it's not about us. It's like whatever y'all are dealing with internally. And so, like, let him have that space. It's an insult. And I used to do this. Like, say, for instance, if I was dating and, you know, the man was driving as he should. And he's lost. And I'm like, oh, you can do this way. You can turn left. You can, like, I'm not even giving him the opportunity to be a man. But it shows that I don't trust him.
Right.
Because they don't need our help. But in a women's terminology, us telling you that, oh, we're helping you. And it's like, it's an insult to you guys because you already know it, you know. So
Right,
it's like,
right.
don't insult him by trying to tell him what to do and where to go, and as far as that aspect of it. But it was such an eye opener because I was like, man, I did not shut up. Like, I need to sit down and be a lady and like let a man be a man. And a lot of us, we don't know how to do that.
To allow men to lead.
Yes.
And be the leader. Yeah, because that's how God ordained it.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, another question: in what ways do you think love and support within the Black community can be improved for Black men in our community?
Right. I think just providing us. I'm really big on safe spaces. And I really think that providing a safe space for them to actually be vulnerable is going to help tremendously, because then they're not out here crashing out as much, and they feel loved. I think at the bottom of it all, everybody wants to be loved.
Right.
But sometimes they don't feel that because, truth be told, if he ain't bringing home no money, no bacon, no whatever, like, we don't show them no emotional support or love. And so, then that leads them to wanting the attention, which can lead to them going out here doing the wrong things just because they want to flash the money, because they want to feel love overall. Like, everybody wants to be loved, everybody wants to be liked.
So is it a barrier for you guys, like for you to see that through the muddy water when this man want to be loved? Like, he need love, but he got this shield up. How do you penetrate that?
You really just gotta determine, like, is it worth it? Because sometimes it don't be worth it. Like, all the red tape that they try to take you through, sometimes it don't be worth it. But then there are some guys where you can sit back and you can be like, hey, after I really carefully evaluate this man, he's a really good man, he's just damaged. Stay away from them. I'm just kidding.
But let me say this though. Let me say this one thing. Like,
Stay away from them. I'm just kidding.
I feel like a lot of women. Like, women are naturally nurturers, right?
They are.
And you stay in bad situations longer than you need to.
Absolutely.
Because you think that you can fix this person and you
Yes.
can't. And I think for me as a man, as a Black man, what I needed was just to be able to trust that when I upload,
Right.
that you're not gonna judge me, that you're not gonna leave me, that you're gonna provide some type of nurturing understanding of my situation. Not that you can tell me anything or give me advice, but that you're gonna understand and not judge me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really want to touch on that too, because a lot of women don't know, or they don't understand that, like, most men don't like when we give advice or tell them what to do, because it comes off as like motherly. And it comes off in a way that we think is helpful, but like, if y'all are not asking for advice, like, it's okay.
Well, I think I hate when I ask my wife, like, hey, what do you want to eat? Or when she say, let's go out to eat, and I say, what you want to eat? I don't know. I hate that with her. That's the advice that I hate. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's no getting around that one. That one
that's
is
like,
how
so
it's
that's
gonna be done.
that's in every Black woman.
No, yeah, because we're gonna.
You know what I'm saying?
My response would be like, "Ooh, I want something good," and they like, "Well, what's something good? I don't know." That's always gonna be one of those ones. But I think in every other situation, like if you're coming home and you're saying you're having an issue with work. See, us, you guys are like problem solvers. So say for instance, if we come home and we're like, hey, I got into it with Shelby at work, you guys are solution based, so you're gonna absolutely give us the answer to the problem. And we mad because I didn't ask you for the answer. I just asked you to get in the car, drive it with me, drive around, and so I could take you all through my avenue. And you guys are, on the flip side, you guys don't like when we do that back to you guys. So.
And that's 100% correct, because I've had to learn that. So now I just listen. I just ride. And if you ask, even if she asks, like, so what do you think? I'm just driving. I don't know. I'm just listening.
Throw a few, like, oh, we gonna eat it up. Like, yes, because we just want y'all to feel it. Just get in there with us, and that's it.
And let's go back to that book you said, man. That book is really
powerful.
I wish everybody in the Black community
read John Gray. Men are from Mars. Make sure I said it right. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus by John Gray. It's life changing.
Yeah, check that book out, man. So I think we're gonna take a break. All right, we back with the second part of our episode with Miss Kashena Washington. All right, Kashena, we're just gonna jump right back into it. How does internalized bias, like within the black community, like you understand what I'm saying? I know you do. You're very intelligent. Like internalized bias is like our own self-inflicted biases towards each other. How do you think that plays a part in the mental health of black men in our community?
You know, I've
like the light skin, black skin, like you light skin,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And you dark skin, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? That can go for like male or female because men do that. They probably have it just as worse as women do. Like, it's like, oh, she can't go anywhere because she's dark skinned. For the longest, I would always hear people say like, you're probably like the only dark skinned girl that I would ever consider dating. And it's like, you know, or they would say like, I'm not attracted to like dark skinned women, but like you know, I like you. And it's just like, it's we as people like always put ourselves against each other. I think it spins from like the house Negro and the outside Negro, like
so
you know,
I was a part of that, right? So I don't. And I say this is my personal preference, but like this is wrong.
Right.
It was wrong at the time. Like I didn't like light skinned girls.
Right.
Like I would argue my point. Like I don't like you too close to white. You know what I mean? Like I like if you're not dark, and that's not right. You know what I mean? Black women come in all shades, forms, fashions.
We do, but it's not to say that you can't have a personal preference. It's just that when you say the other option is wrong or it's not right, and so that's what makes it where it's like why black women do come in all shapes, sizes, and colors, but it's just like if they are not met this particular criteria, it doesn't mean that they're wrong, because then it's like we're teaching each other to hate each other. Like I know one of the famous, who was it? I think it was Chris Brown, and they made a mention that like he never does anybody dark in his videos until he finally did. But we started catching on. None of his leads were dark skinned chocolate women. It's like, why? Just because if you're not vanilla or caramel or whatever, like it doesn't make you a bad person.
Well, I was mad when they took the black AV off. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I didn't like that either.
I didn't like that.
I felt like she was dope.
Yeah, for sure. but I think like it's stuff like that pushes the narrative in our communities and our society.
Yes, like one is better than the other.
Right, and it's not.
It's not.
So why do you believe black men often face double standards in society within our own community, like double standards? Because I'm one of them, and like everything you said, it's like what all us black men in our community, we screaming at, like, damn, I just want somebody to love me for me. Like, I don't want to have to be the tough guy all the time. I don't want to have to be this. And then, so we mess up in our community, right? I helped destroy my community, but I'm back out helping build my community. But you still got some women and men who still are waiting for destruction of the, like, instead of pitching in like you guys are, so it's that double standard, man. I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. In a lot of ways, we go right. Like that makes us, and I think I'm speaking for all of us, man, at this point, that depresses us so bad to what we either start drinking, doing drugs, or just, man, flat out not caring about life, not caring about ourselves. Like I got some people, I was in Houston yesterday, and I just seen a lot of black men walking around the southwest of Houston, homeless. And I'm thinking to myself, like, what happened to them?
Right.
These guys got a story. There's a black man who is definitely strong, who, probably had a strong black mother. Like, they got stories, and I be want to know what their stories. One day that's gonna be me. Hey, man, one day we going out there to Houston. We're gonna talk to the homeless black men.
Yeah.
But I be want to know their stories. Is it because of the community? Is it because of the home? Like, man, black women hard, man. They tough.
A lot of it, I think it's just like a mental struggle too, because if there is no outlet, what do? Like system overload. Eventually, it's gonna crash. No matter how strong you feel like you are, eventually enough is enough. And it's like, before you even get to that point, what type of outlets are set up to where they can express themselves, or they even need help? I used to want to provide or create a nonprofit organization that were specifically for men when they got out of jail, because there was no assistance. When you come and you're a lady, you can do a lot, but when you're a male, y'all, we looking at y'all like, why y'all want food stamps? Because what you doing up here? And it's like, I know, but they need help too. And so I love the whole concept of like black men need love too, because we don't, like, we cater to the ladies a lot. Ladies, y'all have a lot of support group. I mean, I even started a support group for ladies, and it's just like, at the end of the day, for the men that are at least trying, like, help them with housing, help them with a car. Like, it is okay. I don't know why it's frowned upon, like, helping a man. You know what? I think it's because when they're little and you think about it, it's just like you are taught not to help him. And even like other black men train their sons like, you a man, I'm not about to help you. And so it's that mixed with a little bit of tough love, and then society, like, if you don't help your own son, why would I want to help him? You don't help him. Right. So it's just constantly setting the same stigma that, like, okay, they don't need help, and if you see one that needs help, something wrong with him.
Yeah, so I mean, what do you think can change that? Because what you saying is like, man, you hitting on all cylinders, and I'm like, man, we have more. Do we have more black women who have these views? Right?
I'm pretty sure a lot of them get in the comments. A lot of them do get in the comments, like when there is a situation where someone is dating outside of their race, and then, you know, Kanye West, for instance. We can talk about Kanye, like,
not for real.
We say this ain't our problem because, you know, we do try to help, but then when you guys get in a circumstance where y'all start bashing us, I think we would be okay if they didn't bash us when they date outside their race and things like that, because it's like, well, we're not about to help you, the same people that's bad talking to us. So,
but do all of us get just pulled into one group?
And oh my gosh, you know, they're not black, so it's just like, what do? Are you just gonna not date them because they're not black, or are you gonna take what God has given you? And so I think I don't. It's not my personal preference, but you know, to each its own.
But do you think that's right?
It's not
or do you
wrong.
think that's a part of do you think that's a part of what you're saying? Instead, do you think she should have gave another black man an opportunity to love him, to support him, to do the things you said that a black woman should do?
I will never tell a woman or a male that they are wrong for finding peace and happiness outside of black women. I'm sorry, black.
Okay.
African American.
But when I say this, I'm saying she's eliminating all black. We all ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all ain't shit. The white man is who's gonna treat me right, but you can look at Bust the newspaper. You can look anywhere in society. A white man is being abusive. They mentally, emotionally, verbally. I can sit here and watch a white man. I don't like
that. Right? I think like, and I think that's probably like one of my biggest issues of why I don't really watch a lot of social media or things on the news and stuff like that, is because we're highlighted different. When someone that is not African American can go out and commit the same crime and receive reduced amount of bond amounts, or just like the media spins it a certain kind of way, or the crime is not as bad when someone else does it, I don't like that at all. So it'll make me just like not even follow the outlet or just keep scrolling because it's not giving the same attention. And it's like, if someone else comes around that's not African American and does something, then it's not highlighted. It's like swept under the rug. And I'm like, this is crazy.
I mean, I was in the system, so I know, like, that's what happens. Money talk, man.
Yeah, it does. A lot.
Yeah.
And so, you know, what do? We start creating generational wealth.
Exactly. I think black Americans just don't understand the power that we have, right? With locally, I think it's a lot of black Americans that's just waking up and understanding what they need to do, how to come together. We're not gonna all be supportive of each other, right? Right? Everybody's not gonna support it. My last group we talked about is like just supporting the community, right? But I like your topic is supporting a black man right?
Yeah.
I need some support sometimes.
Right.
But you know what? I created a small circle of black men. A small circle. My circle's so small. Like, I got a small circle of black men who tell me the truth, who build me up, who I can upload to in confidence, and that helps me, right? But it's nothing like being able to have a conversation with a woman and be able to upload, to be able to be myself, to be able to be truthful and not be judged. Like, that's the ultimate love for me.
Right.
For me, that's my love language. Like, I want to be able to come home after dealing with 300 kids or a whole day of football and work and come on, man, just, you know.
Be peace.
Right.
Have
Be
peace.
peaceful. Like, you don't even have to give me no advice. Right? Like
Right.
you said, I don't need to take advice, right?
You don't want no advice.
I just want to come home and be peaceful, right? You know, just have peace and to understand.
What does that look like? Like, to the viewers who are not, like tell us
I
something
mean,
about yourself, because you are married. How long have you been married?
I've been married 3 years.
Okay,
Right?
so
And
tell
in
us
a relationship for 9, going on 9.
Yeah, so tell us, what does peace to you look like?
So I just like what I just explained, man. It's just like being able to trust wholeheartedly.
Okay.
For one, like if you can't trust, if I can't trust you, you can't trust me. Like it's dead. That's done. Because I have trust issues.
Right.
So if I can trust you, you the one.
Yeah.
Right? So being able to know like this, it's a whole level of trust that's on another level, right? Being able to not judge my wife, like, and not be judged, right? Having a strong communication, right? And that's foundation. That's the key to my relationship. Being able to communicate effectively and to be able to listen correctly. For me, I got to be able to listen correctly,
Right.
because she's from Venus and I'm from Mars, right? So I got to be able to, and then ask her questions. You know what I'm saying? By not being. Making her feel belittled, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's my piece, man.
Yeah.
My piece different. I'm so simple.
Yeah. Most men are. Most
right.
men would say, "I'm a very simple man."
Right. And I like her to be able to express herself freely on any level. Also, being able to do this right here at times. Right.
Time out.
Give a time out when she's having a hard day, a long day, and being able to recognize that, and vice versa, right? Because I have long, hard, frustrating days where, man, I don't even really want to deal with my kids sometimes.
Right.
Not deal with it, but I love my children. But
I think all the parents would agree.
Right. Like, so I just want to come home and just have an understanding that,
right.
You know, you can see, I see you, you see me. Yeah. You
I'm
bad
going this
right
way,
now.
you go that way.
Yeah, you know, and then be able to come back together before it's all over.
Yeah.
And also being able to have a strong spiritual relationship. Because if you don't have that, man, like that house can be divided fast. And I think that's what I got, a praying relationship. I'm a strong spiritual guy. I'm not a church guy. I'm not gonna say that. I was raised in the church, but I'm a strong spiritual guy. I got strong beliefs in spirituality. I'm just gonna say that, leave that right there, right? And she does too, and I respect her faith. And it collides.
What would you say to the ladies? Because it took me a long time to get out of this mindset too, but the ladies that are into church and things like that, what do you say to them that won't date men who don't go to church? Or who, you know, like they have a spiritual relationship, but they don't go to church?
I think my God said in the last episode, like, Jesus didn't want to. He didn't walk around with the hole in it out. You know, he had the prisoners, the pimps, and the hoes. That's what he said. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
did.
So you can't, like, he didn't go to the ones that had, like, everything healthy. He went to the ones that were sick. So if you're a believer in Christianity,
yeah, absolutely,
or whatever church you go to, if you're a believer, then you believe that, man, the greatest commandment of all is love.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what Jesus said. So I need to go out and love these men.
Yeah.
Find somebody that you can come in and you may can change them.
Yeah.
You may not can.
Right.
But that's a level, like I said, for me, of peace, because we respect our differences.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So I don't get that though. Yeah. Church. I'm gonna date this guy in church. Man, we're not gonna be in church every day.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're not going to Bible study, choir rehearsal. We ain't going out there. Sunday services 3 times. Like, nah, we ain't doing that. But I think I watched my godparents were my mom played the piano in the church. My godfather was a pastor, and they were everything to me. Right. That was my peace when I was a little kid in the midst of a crazy world, without a mom, without a dad, with a dad in prison. I was raised with my grandparents. That was my peace. But so I was raised in the church, but I also seen the dark sides of that.
Right.
Right. My parents are divorced now.
Right.
And that's happened years ago. That affected my life tragically, right? Not tragically, tremendously. So I got my thoughts on preaching and preachers and what they do. And so, yeah. Even in the Catholic Church, man, we see all this stuff like this. So, I don't know, man. I think I like the group, what's the group? The Hebrew Israelites. I like to see those black men in their faith and what they do. They together, they strong. It's not for me, right? But their message is pretty strong. The black Hebrew Israelites. But what's your thoughts on it?
So it used to be on my checklist, and it's like, do you go to church? No? Next. But I had to get out of that mindset, and it's just like, just because someone doesn't like physically get up and go to the church doesn't mean that they don't have a spiritual relationship. Right. And so your body is a temple, and so you can praise God wherever you feel like it, and as long as you are connected to Him and I am connected to Him, and then we can connect together, it's fine. But I feel like we as Christians, we are so judgmental, and so we feel like, we are better than others at times, because it's like, oh, she doing that, but I ain't doing that, but you got this going on over here that you don't want nobody to know about, but it's okay.
Come on, Kashena.
We're just gonna act like you're not, or you try to act like you don't. Okay, let's, for instance, drinking. Like, we will act like we don't drink, but it's okay because ain't no cameras around. Right. So it's just like, we partake in a lot of the things that everyone else does. It's just that we don't post it. And so since we don't post it and publicize it, we feel like we can judge everyone else that does. And I had to realize, like, come on now. You're being double standard.
So I seen a post somewhere. It was like women were like, if he ain't got 6 figures,
Jesus.
But do you have that though?
Okay.
Not you.
No.
Like, you got 6 figures?
Yeah.
No. Do you got your own house? No. Do you got your own car? No. So why should I be required to have that? And that goes back to our whole conversation. As black men, little young black men feel like they got to go out here and get this money any means necessary, because, man, I need her. This is what she said I need to have. So at any means, well, you can take your time, man. That's the pressures that being put on us, man. That's other pressure.
So what would you say to like a single lady that is looking for like a nice man? Like, what advice would you give to someone that is trying to pursue dating in 2025?
So I think that you should be patient. Okay. Right? I think that you shouldn't always keep the barrier up. Just be open-minded. You know what I mean? Feel energy, vibes, and date in the right places. You know what I mean? Like, so we can't go to, and I'm not saying we can't find somebody at the playground in Houston, but you know what I mean? But, like, at the end of the day,
you gotta specify what that is, because some people may not know what that is.
Well, it's a nice little
it's a nice
spot,
little lounge, little club. Yeah. Okay. I think you talking about a playground.
Oh no, not that kind of playground. But I think like groups in Houston, man, I met some nice, beautiful women who I've had conversations with. I like to learn from women. Right. I learn a lot from women. It's not that I'm talking to you to for no ulterior motives. Right. It's just that, man, I like to learn from women. I like to hear your side of life. Especially black women. Like we got so many scars and so many stories. I like to hear the stories. That's why I like country music. But I think you should be patient, and I think dating, the atmosphere you're dating in, is important.
Would you say that like more women should be pursuers or
Exactly. So listen. So it's a difference between Houston and Dallas. Let me tell you something. I can go to Houston. I lived in Houston and I lived in Dallas, right? So in Houston, when I was coming up, man, like they wanted you to pursue them, and that was even here at Broadcast Station, right? When you go to Dallas, they can be riding down 635. Hey, pull over. Come here. Let me give me your number. Put my phone in your. Don't knock my number in your phone. You know, they be beautiful women with great careers.
Right.
Just single, and they like what they want. They're super aggressive, but like I think that the ladies shouldn't always sit back and be like, well,
really?
Yeah, you got to go get what you want. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go get it, you know what I'm saying? Shoot your shot. You know what I mean? Don't have no fear of rejection.
Right.
Know who you are.
Right.
If that man say no, then guess what? Your loss, baby, boy. You know what I'm saying? And keep it pushing.
Then you gotta like get in his inbox and be like, I ain't like you know it.
Nah, don't do that. See, because he probably if you would have walked away, when you walk away, guess what?
That's how the men do it. When you tell them no, you be like, well, so I ain't like you know it, girl.
No, I think when women when you play hard to get we're natural hunters, so we're gonna keep pursuing. So a man will do that. But if a woman, if you shot your shot, he never gonna forget, especially if you're beautiful. He not gonna forget. He probably just high-side.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you gonna see you in HEB. Hey, come here, and then you just keep walking.
Yeah.
Now you miss your shot. You know what I'm saying?
Now you just gotta.
Because there's a lot of good men, man, out there, man. I go to lounges and stuff like that, and the atmosphere that I be in, I see a lot of good people, like black people and black men. I know a lot of single black men right now that's educated, got good careers. They just been scarred, man. They've been towed up. Trust issues, the aggression, the lack of communication, and they just been in situations where they don't even want to be in a relationship.
I was about to say that there's so many that are on that side of the fence, and it's like once they get over there, it's almost no coming back.
I think that's true. I don't think I'll ever give up on love because I'm experiencing it, right? But I think that if I was ever single again, I think I wouldn't pursue another marriage. You know what I mean? I think I'll just be on that side of the fence and mingle. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what God will have for me, but I know that right now God got it's beautiful. Life is beautiful. I got the support, everything you kind of just mentioned, man. That's kind of what I got in my background. But I think being patient and take the barriers down, man. We don't like that. You know what I mean? Just be yourself. I like people that just be themselves. Right. Because, like, I like to laugh. I know you like to laugh. So, like, let's just be ourselves. Let's just vibe, right? You know what I mean? With no barriers, you know what I'm saying? And recognize signs, though. Recognize, trust your energy. You know, right? Trust that vibe, right? If I get a bad vibe about somebody, I'm like that now. That spirit of discernment is strong in my life.
It's strong.
And, yeah. But, Kashena, you got anything you want to say, last words?
No.
We're going to shut it down.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for
having me. We're going to do a part two. We're going to do a part two of this, right?
Yeah.
You're going to come on the show more and more, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I want to shout out Honey Favorite Sweets in the East.
Yeah.
I want to shout out Begin Her, Kashena Washington. Let's support her. Also, Gold Star Barber Academy in college. Mike, we appreciate his sponsorships. Midas Eye Productions for our executive producer on our show. I also want to shout out Loyalty Roofing, Doyle Gray. And as always, because I get the free fish, Exotic Eats, Bonnie and Dre. Talk your ish.